Shibbity bop bop bida bop 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 shibbity bop bop beep bada bop bop beep shibbity bop bop bop. Nope. All right.
Why pay a guy to do that? A new intro every time.
Yeah, we don't need independent artists. We can just have some hack on a couch.
Why have AI try to do that? Whatever that was.
Allen Iverson doesn't need any work. Practice. Talking about practice.
For No Reason Radio, episode 21.
Hey,
Yeah.
we're getting into it now. We'll do 100 of these, and then we'll probably commit seppuku or something.
21's a good number. Feels lucky.
I was serious about the episode 100 though.
That's so far. We're gonna forget. That's years from now.
No, we won't. We're literally recording it. This is gonna be our biggest.
I'll have to talk to the editor.
The amount of people in the comments that keep telling us to kill ourselves. You know, we might as well oblige them when we hit 100.
Twitter fingers, man.
Twitty fingies.
You get overconfident online,
Mm-hmm.
and then you
Do you think were there people saying that to other people before the internet?
like kill yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know, Edgar Allan Poe ever opened a letter and was like,
Yeah. Yeah, I guess they were doing it in Japan a lot. Like literally watching Shogun.
Yeah.
Like one of the first scenes, he literally just turns around to a guy and tells him, "Hey, kill yourself."
You got it.
No problem, boss. That's wild. That's so crazy.
They actually released. I don't know if it's official, but it looks like a shot of what's the actor's name? Cosmo Jarvis returning for Shogun season 2 because that's coming. It's officially coming out next year, 2027. So that's cool. I don't know what they're gonna do. There's no Shogun 2 book.
There's really no precedent.
Yeah.
So they're just gonna have to wing it.
Yeah. I wonder if because you know how meticulous they were for the first bit. You know.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're like, we hired historians to tell us what happened after that.
It's gonna be Yasuke.
Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of people off. Yeah, may as well. Yeah. So the biggest thing that's happened since the Oscars, probably the most anticipated movie we saw, and it was Project Hail Mary.
Yeah, we saw it.
So we'll get into that. We'll try not to get into spoilers, and the last bit we'll go balls out because I read the book before, so I know a little bit more. I'm a little better than you guys.
We know.
Just a little bit.
We know.
But first, do you want to talk about Blood Diamond?
No, I don't. I was joking. I was joking about Blood Diamond because we were like, "What other movies did you see this week?" And I was like, "I watched Blood Diamond." And you're like, "I love Blood Diamond."
I do love Blood Diamond. That's one of those movies that I would take with me on a portable DVD player before having it on your phone and streaming it like a regular person was a thing. So I'd be like, anyone watch Blood Diamond?
I can only watch. There's so many scenes of civilians getting massacred.
There's
so many civilian massacre scenes.
It is very well done.
Do we need another one?
How graphic it is. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It's going to make bullets bounce off of you. Just the way the movie goes into detail. Cause I want to say there was another movie that came out on Netflix years after that. With Idris Elba.
Yes. Beasts of No Nation.
Yes.
Yes.
And I remember thinking man, Blood Diamond back in 2006 nailed it as far as the psychology of, all right, what makes a child do that? And it's just
drugs and fear,
and then a little bit of coaxing from a guy hey, you're doing all right. You know,
every now and then a guy, while you're 8 years old and addicted to heroin, a 40-year-old man with one eye goes, "You're doing all right."
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, Blood Diamond, it's a decent portrayal. How do you think about Leonardo DiCaprio since, that's probably, when's the last time you watched Blood Diamond?
Last week.
But before that, though?
A year or two.
Oh, okay. All right. So, I mean, how do you think his performance has kind of aged since, all right, now he's an Academy Award winning actor, when at the time he was not?
Do you he was still
Caliber.
He was still trying to get an Oscar back then. That's the hardest accent in the world to get right when you've never spoken it before.
The Rhodesian.
That's a crazy accent to just.
What is Rhodesian now, actually?
Zimbabwe.
Zimbabwe, yeah.
They talk about it in the movie. Like, you mean Zimbabwe? Never to me, bro. Never to me, bro.
All right, we said we were going to chill on the accents. Okay.
I'm doing his. I'm doing his. I'm not gonna do.
But still,
I'm doing the white guys.
Yeah. The that one and the South African, the white Afrikaans, KANS. Those are like really tough accents. Like
very, very tough. Yeah.
Even though like they're really close to like New Zealand and Aussie, like the Rhodesian and South African ones, like you got to get a guy from South Africa. So for him to do that and like go as far in as he did.
Yeah.
Like,
and he nailed it.
Yeah.
English natural speakers have said, yeah, he totally nailed it.
Yeah. He's great in it. And then, who's the other lead in that? Oh yeah.
Jennifer Connelly. And Jimu Hansen.
Jimin Hansu.
That's what I said.
Yes.
Did Jimu Hansen?
Jimin Hansu.
Who?
Took it off.
Right. That was his line from.
Yeah.
All right. That was his line. He's all right.
Such a good movie. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So there were a couple trailers that came out, and remember when we were talking about the Oscars, and I was like, I really wish like the Oscars were the launching point for the movies. Like that's when you saw the big trailers. Well, it's not. It was 10 hours after the Oscars. Timmy was putting his poster up for Dune 3. And then all the other actors followed suit, putting their character posters up, which are sick. You know, a lot of intrigue. You know,
I love the Dune posters.
I love Dune. The stylistic attitude that Denis Villeneuve has put on this Dune trilogy is I can't fault it at all. It's fantastic.
As a big Dune head myself, I've been a fan. I was the weird kid at lunch in the corner reading Dune.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, what are you reading? I'm like, Dune, it's about this. It's about this guy. He's got the spice and it makes him really smart. Like, shut up, weirdo. And they flip my food in my face and be like, ah. They get all my book. I'm like, my book. It's covered in my food.
And then in your head, you're like, what would Lizan Al-Gaib do?
I'm the Quasdet Haderach. You don't understand.
So you really like what Dune is doing now.
I like. There's a couple of things I think they kind of they screwed up his sister's thing. I remember. You remember you telling me the intro, and you were like, "That's not how it is at all in the book." Alia is supposed to be like a baby that's born, and obviously she grows up in Messiah, which is the third one is the second book,
played by Anya Taylor-Joy.
This third movie is the second book.
Yeah,
Dune Messiah.
Yeah, Dune Part 1 and Part 2 were
the first book
cut in half,
and then this is Dune Messiah, which is a crazy choice because Dune Messiah is the driest of the Dune books.
Yeah,
not a lot happens,
which is weird because like the people that have come out and spoken about Dune Part 3, they're like, it's definitely the most action packed of the Dune movies.
Then they had to do some fluff. Because I'm telling you. Dune Messiah is a bunch of people sitting around talking.
Do you think
the whole time?
Do you think it's literally going to be the Dune Messiah book, or is it?
Well, obviously they're going to take stories.
Or is it going to be like some bits from the other books that are important?
So it takes place 17 years after he's conquered the universe, and in the book it picks up after all that's over. So I'm pretty sure they're going to do some cutting back to him actually conquering these planets.
Right.
And the Landstrad and bringing everyone to heel. But I like Skytail looks cool.
Robert Pattinson's character.
Yeah, Robert Pattinson's character Skytail. So the general idea is there's a conspiracy to do a little coup on the assassinate and do a little coup on Mr. Paul Muad'Dib. That's the general overarching story of Dune Messiah. Is that they think he's too powerful. They can't control him, so they want to kill him. That's it. And Skytail is a shapeshifter of this planet called Talaxu, which is like its own little mini empire. And he's part of this conspiracy along with the Bene Gesserit witches, who we see from the other ones. The
say it like they say it.
Bene Gesserit?
The Bene Gesserit. Benny. Like Benny Blanco.
All right, chill out.
I was saying you're getting a little too highbrow with these names.
Sorry. Oh, he spilled food all over me.
It's the like Pepe meme where his tray's on the ground and he's looking up.
My Dune book. And next to my food. Yeah. No. Yeah, Skytail looks cool. And Eric, I think his name's Eric. The Dune navigator that's part of the conspiracy.
That's the guy in the tank, right?
Yeah, all the navigators have to live submerged by spice all the time.
I just remember like they're like, did we see our boy in the trailer? Because I follow the Dune subreddit, like for the movie subreddit, not so much the Frank Herbert book Dune subreddit, because that's like it's over the top. Yeah. And they were like, did we see our boy? And then they showed this like ominous column, and I was like, what are we talking about?
Little do you know, there's a fish in there.
Yeah. And then I looked it up, and it's like, yeah, this dude's like just swimming in spice.
He's a fish in there.
I was like, all right, cool.
He's a fish that flies a ship in there.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Did we see our boy? That's great.
Just an ominous, just yeah, I think the trailer it did enough.
I was really worried because of how they kind of retconned Alia's character, but honestly, it looks cool, so I'm all right with it.
Yeah, I like how they showed a decent bit. It looks like a decent bit of the trailer that they showed takes place on Arrakis still, and it's like they don't want you to get into the other parts yet. You know, like
well, it all is on Arrakis.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought we were gonna actually.
It's after the conquest, and they're back on Arrakis, kind of just chilling.
Oh shit! All right.
It's after everything is after he's what's the number? It's like he gives a speech to Duncan Idaho, who dies in the other one,
and he's just continually cloned.
You're right. Yeah, he's cloned by Robert Pattinson's people, who can do that. Spoiler, but
well, no. I mean, like the things that you're explaining now, I think a lot of people that are not into the book stuff were like wondering why is there a what's the actor's name? Jason Momoa poster. Like, didn't he die in the first movie?
No, he is a Gola, which is like a clone of a dead person. Yeah. But every time they come back, a little piece of them is gone. So he's not quite there. But yeah, it's after the conquest and everything's over, and they're kind of just doing a little and he's kind of becoming disillusioned with being this.
Like, I won, but
it's like,
it's not that great.
It kind of sucks. Yeah. So I'm excited for it a lot.
Yeah.
A bunch.
It looks really good.
Did you take it in the draft?
I did.
Yeah, that's right. I was mad at you. Yeah.
Took that, and this is the other one that. Hold on, let me double check.
Yeah.
The only other thing that we really saw was Spider-Man: Brand New Day. That also had a trailer that came out the day after the Oscars.
And I can't speak as an expert to that because I don't know. I don't know what's going on with most of those characters.
Yeah, I don't know either. Like, again, it is kind of weird that that's coming out before Avengers Doomsday, because like he's supposed to fit in Avengers Doomsday, I would imagine, in some capacity, you know. And I doubt from the stuff they showed in the trailer, there's not really anything there.
Oh, and Hulk. The Hulk and Punisher.
Yeah.
And Daredevil Born Again season 2.
Yes.
The trailer just dropped as well.
I believe that Daredevil does make an appearance, and they are trying to hide that.
So I think that they're all going to be in that. I think.
Yeah.
Mr. Murdoch is going to be in there.
Yeah. So basically, the gist of the trailer is Spider-Man is.
His life sucks.
Yeah, he's full-time Spider-Man. He's not much
full-time
Peter Parker.
Spidey. He's got the washer dryer hook up in the garage and like the storage unit.
Yeah.
Loving life.
So Spider-Man, he is trying to be Spider-Man full-time. It kind of reminded me of Spider-Man 3, Tobey Maguire, or is it Spider-Man 2?
It was 2.
I think it's 2, where he's like not into it, and so he starts losing his powers.
Where he falls and hits every single
fire escape.
You remember that?
Yeah.
That hurt me as a kid. I'm like, ow.
Yeah. But yeah, like he's I think that's because the reason why that happens to him in that movie is because he can't choose one.
Right.
And so he starts losing his powers because his head's not in the game.
This seems like he's overworked, underpaid.
Yeah. And I honestly think it's going to be a intro to Man Spider, the comic book character.
They looked like that a little bit.
We see that he is trying to like do a first good impression with Ned and MJ again, because they don't remember him.
Introduce himself.
Yeah.
I was curious about the Keith David narration. What that could possibly be.
To me, that sounds like because the subtitle just say narrator when that voice line is said.
Something's
So
up.
I would imagine
Something's up.
that like Bruce Banner shows him like a spider exhibit about, and it's like Keith David.
You don't get
I will
Keith
say,
David.
yeah, that's kind of
And just have him be narrator.
Yeah.
You get Keith David to be something and somebody.
Yeah.
I don't know who that something and somebody's going to be.
I agree with you, but I feel like if I'm Keith David and I want a decent bit of cash and not a lot of work, and Spider-Man's like, hey, I'll do it. You know, like,
hang with the Spider-Man. And I stand Keith David in anything.
Yeah. But yeah, it looks like the hand.
I took Bridget Neeson to the premiere.
the hand makes an appearance, which is the criminal like ninja assassin organization.
Oh, is that what that was?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's people have already seen this trailer and they're like, okay, they're cutting out people from scenes that they're showing us, like the Hulk, the scene where Spider-Man's jumping and then the hand is coming after him. They're like, there's definitely room for like the Hulk to be under him, you know?
Oh,
and it looks like he's kind of edited.
Oh, they're doing what they did.
They do what they always do. They cut people out of the trailer and then they're there in the actual final product, you know? So people speculate that it's Hulk and Spider-Man teaming up, and maybe the Punisher is asking,
hey, Red,
is asking Spider-Man to help him out because
he already calls Daredevil.
Daredevil is.
I bet Daredevil's there too, because Daredevil fights the I want to call the foot, but that's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The hand in the original series.
People think that Daredevil is kind of gone baddie on this one, and he is leading the hand.
Oh,
and Punisher's like, hey, I need you to help my buddy because like he doesn't know what he's doing.
No, that's not what's happening. And you get Daredevil's my boy. Has been my boy.
Yeah,
that's been like my favorite superhero for a long time. So, no,
I've never seen the show or anything.
He doesn't turn bad because he's good.
You're lying.
You're lying because you're wrong.
You're wrong.
You're lying because you're wrong. You're wrong because you're wrong. He can't be bad because he's good.
He wouldn't do that.
I know him personally. His alignment is lawful good.
That attachment doesn't sound like my boy.
It doesn't sound like my boy. No. I went to grade school with him.
You're lying.
You're lying because you're wrong.
But yeah, I mean, like, I will say though, the one thing that is interesting is like about a month and a half before that trailer came out, leaks came out for it. And I normally don't dabble because normally it's like super outrageous. Like, all right, that's unfilmable. I'm not even going to continue. Some of the stuff that was going on, I was reading these leaks and I was like, that's a lot going on. The trailer is damn near shot for what this leak said. So I'm kind of annoyed because I'm like, oh, there's other story bits in there for what goes on that wasn't in the trailer. I was like, I hope that's not true. You know, could be.
I don't know.
But yeah, 2 good trailers. Should have been at the Oscars. It looked
like Scorpion was in it.
Yeah, I think he's going to be the
one of the main bads.
I don't even think he's going to be one of the main bads. I think he's just going to be a bad that we know.
Okay.
And it's going to take like a third, like the second act is going to be him, and then he's going to be taken care of, and then the real big bad comes up.
That's what I was worried about when I saw the Punisher. I'm just like, I bet that's it. I bet
the Spider-Man versus Punisher?
That's all he's in the movie.
Oh.
Like, I think that's all his scenes right there.
Oh, like the Batman showing up in the Flash movie.
Right.
Or like just a chase scene, that's it.
Man, yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting. MCU's in a tough spot. The interesting thing, going back to like Doomsday, is Doomsday and Dune Part 3 have the exact same theatrical date.
And they're coming on the same weekend?
The same exact day.
Wow.
But Dune Avengers is an IMAX movie, but Dune Part 3 has the IMAX license for that weekend. So it's like one of them's got to move, and everyone's like, well, Dune's not moving. They got the IMAX screens.
Right.
You know, so Doomsday might be coming out a week earlier or a week after. Which is weird.
It's the new Barbieheimer.
Which is weird because 10, 15 years ago, everybody's getting out of the way of a Marvel property.
Sure.
Because they're too big to fail. Like now there's a little bit of a chink in the armor. So it's like
Paul Atreides will return in Avengers Doomsday.
I hope so. All right, let's get into
PHM.
Project Hail Mary, and it's too early because there's no trailer.
PHM.
Yeah. Project Hail Mary. We saw it last night It is an adaptation of a Andy Weir novel. Andy Weir, for you guys at home that aren't familiar, he is the writer of the book The Martian.
Well, he wrote this too.
Yeah. Starring Matt Damon back in 2015. Won an Oscar, surprisingly.
Won a Golden Globe for Best Comedy.
Yeah. But yeah, so Andy Weir is really big into these science fiction novels. I never read The Martian, but I did read Project Hail Mary about a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
And then afterwards, it was like Ryan Gosling is in talks to produce. I was like, what? That's a fun surprise. It's directed by Phil Lord and Chris Miller, who you guys...
The Lego Movie.
The Lego Movie, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs.
Quite a few episodes of Community.
21 and 22 Jump Street.
Yeah. My name is Jeff.
What was the other one? And the Spider-Verse movies, which are great, you know?
Right.
They're really good at taking a lot of like pop culture and infusing it into their films, and they're typically feel-good stories. But this one is probably the one out of all of their filmography that is very much, it's got some sincere, intense moments in it.
Yeah. I want to talk about, just so we get out of the way, stuff I didn't care for.
Yeah, we're going to keep this part spoiler free.
We're going to try to do spoiler free, and we're going to screw up. So sorry about that.
Well, let me give you the blurb first of what this. All right, so the blurb for this movie is, the film follows Ryland Grace, played by Ryan Gosling, who is a scientist turned middle school teacher who wakes up from a long sleep as a sole survivor on a desperate last chance mission to save Earth from a star-eating cosmic threat. With his memory gone, he must use science to solve an interstellar crisis with the help of an unexpected alliance with an alien named Rocky.
Science.
Yeah.
Science.
So what did you not like about the movie, spoiler free?
So the moments that were supposed to be very sincere and very, very, intensely dramatic, unfortunately, came across as a little bit melodramatic.
Yeah, that's it.
Kind of like you, the audience, you need to feel sad. You need to feel this right now. And I did. Don't get me wrong. There's some scenes that were like, yeah, this did get me a little bit. But a lot of the times it was kind of like, you're just kind of hamming it up a little bit.
Yeah, you're expecting a reaction here.
Yeah. There was a little bit of that. I didn't enjoy the fact that he woke up there and he just knew how to use all of the technology, including stuff that he wasn't trained on.
We'll get into that.
Okay. I hope there's an answer to that.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of the things are just stuff that if I didn't read the book, I would have maybe missed.
Yeah.
Alien was a little annoying sometimes. Sorry. I kind of wish they would have made him a little bit more of a coward.
Yes.
Yeah. I wish they would, because they kind of play his cowardice for laughs.
And
I wish they would have been serious about his cowardice.
Yeah, there's a couple times where, because Ryland Grace in the book is described as like a middle, he's not really physically described as like he's this tall, this fat, whatever. Mm-hmm. He's described as being a 40-something middle school teacher who's just kind of like dumpy looking. Yeah. But because of the him being in space for that long period of time, his physique is toned down a lot. He's lost a lot of body fat.
Okay, so maybe he was kind of pudgy.
Yeah, but that's the thing is Ryan Gosling is not who I think of when I think of a 40-something middle school science teacher.
Like, one of the most attractive men in the world.
Yes. Yeah. And I think that's probably one of the faults. I will say Ryan Gosling is fantastic. He's very charismatic. He's very easy to root for.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I don't have a problem with any of the acting. It's just this actual and the story beats themselves.
Yeah. And
the way that they're written.
I think if you would put like 40-year-old Tom Hanks in that role.
Wow.
And but I agree with you. The things that would be dramatic would not be done to a comedic effect. It would be a sincere, I'm fearful for my life effect, which I think there is a moment in the movie. It's really hard to not talk about spoilers. There is a scene in the movie that happens pretty late, which is not nearly as dramatic as the book portrays it. In the movie, it's kind of like, okay, well, that happened. And it's a scene where he's getting taken away. And it's almost played to a comedic effect where he's like,
that's what I'm thinking about.
Crawling on furniture.
That's literally what I'm thinking about. There's that scene.
Yeah.
He is choosing his life over the entire human race.
Yeah.
And it's played for laughs.
Yeah. And to me, I was like, there was a way to do that scene differently.
Yeah. Like
not over the top, not even leave the room.
Yeah.
And it still would have been way more impactful.
The way I was thinking it was like his getaway attempt is pathetic.
Yeah.
Like he's just like, get away from me. And they just grab him and he's like struggling in vain and like crying.
Yeah.
But
like the fact that he can like,
and he's just like,
climbing on stuff. Yeah.
Just running.
Yeah. That is something that I definitely noticed. And I was like, I understand, like, and there is definitely some things that this movie has to do because the book gets really in the weeds with some of the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because you do have to water it down. You can't make it too intense. You want to have kids in the seats. You can't make it too over the top sciencey. The general audience is going to be like, "What are we talking about?" You know. So they do a good job in that respect. Like even though I hate it because like it is really, the book is so good. Like I really do enjoy the book.
Yeah.
I do hate it. I completely understand. A lot of people would be turned off by listening to a lot of the jargon, seeing the emotional like weight of it and being like, it's a little too much, you know? Okay. So I understand the watering it down. It's just, you were really close. You could have gotten, you know, like really, really there. But yeah, I mean, one thing that for me that, the movie is 2 hours and 50 minutes long. It's paced the same as the book. Whereas the book, it literally starts and ends the same exact way as the movie does.
Does it keep going back and forth?
It does.
All right.
But I didn't realize this, and I should probably ask you. In the movie, he wakes up on the ship, he lost his memory. And then you will get a flashback scene of him on Earth before any of this happened. What did you take those flashbacks to be?
Him remembering that part of his
because that's
life.
exactly what it is. Okay. Some people didn't get that. Some people thought that it was like, oh, this is a flashback of different place. What's going on?
I took it as he remembers this part now.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was almost like a Metroidvania. He's remembering, oh, now I know how to use this.
Now you unlock this part of the map. Yeah. Okay. Now you unlock this part of the ship.
But that's exactly how the book is written, where he literally has no memory of anything. And then you'll get a chapter of a memory. And he's like, oh, so that's what I'm doing here. Because of that, though, the pacing is really weird on screen. And it does make that 2 hours and 50 minutes. And not just like, oh, that breezed by. No, it feels like 3 hours. Like it is a very long paced movie.
It's a long movie. I thought there was a few moments that I was like, all right, cut the credits right here.
There's like 5 endings for this movie, and again, that's how Andy Weir writes. That's how the ending of the book is, you know. But I agree with you. I will say the scene that ended up finishing the movie, I was kind of expecting that to be a post-credit scene to cut the length.
Yeah,
like I feel like that would have been fine, you know.
Yeah, a little bit.
Like, oh, what happened? What happened? And then trailers go, oh, like I feel like that would have been a decent payoff.
Post-credit scenes are donezo. They got to be done.
I feel like they only do it when they want to lead it to the sequel, and obviously it's a sequel.
Yeah, so no post-credits in this. I was fine with it. Okay. Get out of here with that crap. Take that crap home.
Yeah, but I will say the everything is handcrafted in the movie. Like Phil Lord, Chris Miller.
Oh my God, I love the tactileness of everything.
Yeah,
loved it so much.
Like it's weird. There's a lot of like inspirations that you like movies you can see them pulling from, like Alien with the ship design. Like everything
2001.
Everything is 2001 especially. You can touch everything. Definitely a lot of Spielberg. Like if you aren't seeing Elliot and E.T. like between Ryland and Rocky, like that's a love letter to Spielberg if I've ever seen one. And the fact that the first thing they do is they do the theme motif of Close Encounters of the Third Kind to communicate.
Yeah. I don't think anyone got that.
Yeah,
I felt like such a film nerd. I look around, I'm like,
well, no,
no one got that.
I think that's definitely a big thing that happened. But like, there are a lot of things this movie's pulling from, and everything in there feels handcrafted. So like, Phil Lord and Chris Miller were very adamant to say there is not a lot of blue screen or green screen in this movie at all. Like there is some CGI.
They're in space. They have to.
Yeah, there is CGI, but like him floating around.
I was curious how they did
he's
that.
He's on wires.
It's all wire work?
He's on wires. And it sounds like it was pretty like not choreographed. So like, all right.
It feels like it. He's constantly tripping on crap.
They're like, you're hooked up, kind of slide into this frame however you want. And so like he like his legs would swing over and he'd grab the wall and like pull himself back, you know.
That's awesome.
And Rocky is puppeted. That's like an actual thing. It wasn't a CGI tennis ball on a green stick.
I was so worried about that he was going to go straight Ian McKellen.
It's not why I became an actor. Yeah. But there's a really good interview on the Big Picture podcast. You guys should check out with Phil Lord and Chris Miller. But they had puppeteers. The sets are built 5 feet high so that the puppeteers for Rocky could be under them because they didn't want to obstruct the lighting. The fact that glass is actually there that Rocky is in. So they have to worry about camera angles because they don't want reflection of the camera back into the glass. So like they got a lot of roadblocks to get the stuff they wanted. And I think it turned out great.
Sure, yeah. All the effects are no complaints.
Yeah.
In that department whatsoever.
The parts outside the ship, like especially there's a scene where they're collecting like astrophage.
Oh, and, the scene that's the music video for Blinding Lights.
Yeah, basically. But like the planet itself, like this big green thing, and
absolutely breathtaking.
Yeah, it's beautiful, you know. And then they turn a contraption on that allows them to pick up the astrophage. It's all shot in I think IR light, and it's very vibrant, like violet pinkish kind of, and it's like they talked about how they did that. They literally had to set up a bunch of LED IR lights around him, like in a cage. And there was a corner of the set that he's in. And
they roll it around him.
Yeah. And the reason they did that was because they wanted the light to reflect, even though you can't see it with the human eye, they wanted the light to bounce off the suit and look like it's not something just a filter.
So anything. He's in like a tube and they're just rolling like a sheet around him.
It's like a cage around him.
They're just rolling the cage. Okay. Yeah, that's what.
But from what they described,
awesome,
from what they described, it was like everyone was like, "What are you doing? You have like a $500,000 ship that they actually built. That ship is actually built for them to go inside.
That's so cool.
And they're doing this really low tech solution to get that IR shot in the corner behind a target.
And I hope more directors do that crap, and they just don't depend on CG garbage.
Yeah, it's definitely
because this is so much better.
It makes the believableness of everything go high. You're like, oh, like,
and you know what? I don't think he needs the help, but it probably helps the actor.
Yeah, definitely.
Because like, it's not a tennis ball. It's my buddy. This isn't. You know, I can see stars in this.
Yeah,
I don't have to imagine stars. I can see them.
Yeah, I can actually walk around and everything has a button and a light.
Yeah, I can. I'm activating the gravity.
Yeah,
with this, I can connect this to what I have to do with my body when I do this.
Yeah, this is one of those ones I'd like to see. Like, all right, just for one day, Ryan Gosling, you're swapping with the Avatar guys, and then like, whoa,
yeah, all the Avatar guys are like, this is so much easier.
Yeah. I don't have to imagine a planet's there. Yeah.
Look up, there's a whale. What?
But yeah, it's a very well done movie. The music is great. I think Daniel Pemberton.
Freaking Chris Christopherson song.
Yes. Yeah.
I love Chris Christopherson.
Yeah,
Sunday morning coming down.
That was a good needle drop.
Come on.
And you loved his t-shirt game.
Oh my God. Clever tees.
T-shirt game.
That was my thing. I was the clever tee guy. Now I just wear Carhartts because I'm dead inside. I was the clever tea guy for a while.
Element of Surprise t-shirt, yeah.
Wow. What was that other one I really liked? This is a t-shirt. I think it just... I think that's what it was. I might be wrong about that.
But yeah, the movie is a really good sci-fi epic. It is...
it's an epic, yes. I wish more epics we're complaining about how long it is, but like I want epics.
And one thing that like isn't really being talked about a lot, but this is Amazon purchased MGM Studios so they could buy the Bond movies. And since they've purchased that studio, they haven't really had a success. this thing is a success. This is like the
80 million opening weekend.
And it is the second largest opening for a original movie, not based on like a sequel or anything, since Oppenheimer. So like this movie is going to do well. It deserves every bit of that. But we're finally going to have another player in Hollywood releasing movies in theaters.
I know we're going to talk about player in Hollywood. They have a hit here. And
well, I mean,
they're
like,
going to screw it up.
I hope not. Like,
you hope Amazon doesn't screw up.
Well, the reason I say that is if Amazon is willing to put movies in theaters, okay, then maybe the Warner Brothers thing taking movies away from theaters is not such a big deal. Like if we have other people stepping up to the plate.
And you need to see this in a theater.
This is amazing.
You need to feel the planet hitting you in the face.
Yeah, there was a woman sobbing behind us.
Oh my God, that poor girl.
Like she was like there. It was an emotional, tense scene. It was. Yeah. It really was. It really was like the big crux of, okay, how does this movie play out after this? And she was sobbing, like, and I was like, man, that's great.
I don't know. Maybe it wasn't about the movie. Maybe
she got attacked some bad news.
Maybe, or maybe her
step out.
Her date left her or something, or I don't know.
But I like to think it was about the movie.
Popcorn that makes you cry. I don't know. Anything.
Yeah, like it was definitely emotional, and I will say that is a huge success because for those that don't know, Rocky is described in the book. He's literally plucked from the book. They did a fantastic job in that character design.
Do the green spots mean anything?
No.
Is that like an aging?
That's stuff they added. Like the little carvings on his arms that were like sonically make noise. That's not on there, really.
The goodbye?
Yeah, that wasn't on there. That's all made up, and that adds to it, in my opinion.
Oh, I like that.
But yeah, Rocky's literally described as like a 5-legged rock monster. Not monster, but like a spider, where like the big rock is the body and the face, but we can't see the face because it's just a rock.
He's a lithoid.
Yeah.
Shout out to my Stellaris bros. All right.
And they make you feel empathy and care for this guy. You know, who in the first
rock guy,
who in the first like 25 minutes of you seeing him, he can't speak. He just chirps and makes like chords.
Really cute chirps though.
Yeah.
Really cute.
Yeah. But when they add later on when they add like a actual speaking element.
And who was doing that voice?
I forget. I don't
Can we look that up real quick?
Yeah.
James Ortiz.
He's the puppeteer. I don't know if he's the voice. He's the head of the puppeteer. There was 5 of them. They called him the Rockettes.
Well, if he's getting top billing, I would imagine.
Yeah, maybe.
He's in the frickin'...
Oh, and shout out to Lionel Boyce from The Bear. He's in there.
Oh my God, that was him, wasn't it?
I remember seeing it. And I was like, oh man, they like, I see him as like this 20-something guy in The Bear, and he's like a 40-year-old dude here.
I didn't realize that was the guy. That was the dessert guy from The Bear.
Yeah. He was great. I would really love seeing him. And he was like the fun guy in the organization that was like, yeah, we'll go to Home Depot.
They give you a charge card. That was him. Good for him.
That's great. All right. So
you get into spoilers now.
We're in spoilers now. Let's get spoilers.
We're doing spoilers here.
Yeah. So really, I encourage all of you to go see the movie. It is worth your time. This is probably bottom line, at least. So like not top actor or anything. This is going to be Oscar contention for visual effects. I could see it for set design,
sound.
Yeah, like this is definitely going to be something you see in a year from now at the Oscars. So it is worth your time. But for now, we're getting in spoiler territory.
Spoilers now.
Yeah. So go watch the movie. Come back.
Yeah.
Tell us. Ask us your questions.
If you don't want spoilers, you get.
All right. So the film starts with Ryland Grace waking up in the ship, and he's coming out of a space coma.
Armand? Is that the thing's name?
Yeah, he gave it Armand.
Is it Armand?
For a while, he calls the ship Mary. I don't think that's something from the book either.
Okay.
But yeah, so like that in the book, that plays out pretty much the same way, but that is something that takes a much longer time. So when he wakes up, it's literally like feeding him like a slurry because like he can't process solids. And so and he's atrophied so much, him climbing up a ladder, impossible. Like he would not be able to do it. So it's literally days of him trying to remember his name because the AI on the ship and the arm that's like helping him out won't let him do anything else until it tells him he tells it's his name. That's hard. So he's trying to remember his name for a very long time. In the movie, he just gets up and
he struggles to get up the ladder, but he does it. And then he comes across his dead crewmates.
Yes.
His 2 dead crewmates. Who did they ever say how they died?
Well, that was one of the dangers of the deep sleep meds that
they talk about that you could die just in the deep sleep.
Yeah.
Because I don't remember them saying that.
It wasn't perfect. They're like, this has never been done before. We've never gone on a mission this long and would need this.
And how long was it? It was like 4 years.
It was like, I want to say it was an 11-year mission.
Because he said it was 4 years from Tau Ceti to back home. They said it was about 4.5 years.
Oh, maybe.
Okay.
I don't know. Top of my head.
Okay.
But so that takes a very long time. The original plan, so it pretty much starts out the same way as in the book. I will say it's a good adaptation. All the big scenes from the book are in the movie. So he's a school teacher. The news of this thing has come out, and there's a lot of speculation of what's going on. He is one of the guys that's first out there like, I think it's this. It's this space algae that's eating the sun, it looks like, And he gets approached by, I forget the woman's name, Sandra Hüller.
That's the actress's name.
Eva Strat.
The most East German woman who's ever existed.
Again, ripped from the page, exactly how she is.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah. And she is put in charge of like basically all of the world's governments are pooling their resources to do something, and try to figure out what the astrophage is, how we could control it, how we can stop it from Earth without even doing the Project Hail Mary thing. And so the conclusion they come to is Project Hail Mary. Project Hail Mary was supposed to be 2 teams, and one of the teams and the additional science officer are killed in the explosion on the base, and that's why he's wrapped into it.
Which the explosion was due to a miscount in how much astrophage was given to them.
Well,
it's just an experiment that went awry.
Yeah, it was just an experiment that went awry. There was rumors. I want to say in the book they put rumors out there that it was people trying to stop the Hail Mary. You get some crazies out there when
some people like accept the end, kind of deal. Yeah. Okay,
but it ends up being it was a miscalculation. And the thing is, astrophage is they do the demonstration where they melt the metric ton of steel. It is very powerful. It holds a lot of energy.
Yeah. Did we just say that it's? I don't know if we already said it. What exactly astrophage is? Did we already say that?
Well, astrophage is basically this algae that shows up, and I forget the Petrova line.
Yeah, it's connected to Venus.
Yeah, it's basically a trail of this microscopic algae that eats the sun.
It eats the sun, and then it goes to Venus to breed and make more of itself.
Because Venus has a lot of IR light, and there was something else in there, chemical-wise. But anyways, once they find that out, and Ryland Grace is one of those guys that helps them find that out. He one of the breakthroughs.
He's coerced too.
Yeah. Originally he's on board because they tell him there's a possibility if this thing survives on the sun, it's not water-based. And that's something that before he was a school teacher, he actually was a doctorate level microbiologist. And he had a theory out there that you could have life without water,
It doesn't sound like he got his It doesn't sound like he passed the, I don't remember what you call it, where you have to defend your thesis.
Well, no, it wasn't even for that. He had already been an established.
He was already a doctor.
He was already a doctor. Yeah.
He got in an argument with another guy and was kind of kicked out of it.
And so he was kind of kicked out of the scientific community because this taboo idea, everyone else is like, you're ridiculous. And so Eva Strat gives him the opportunity to, we think you might be right on this. And at one point in the movie and the book, he finds out there is hydrogen in it. It's almost entirely hydrogen. I'm wrong,
Right.
But he still wants to stick around and be like, well, maybe I can help in other ways, So they find out.
I did like the scene where he's just like, you guys don't think I'm expendable, do you? And they're all kind of like.
They start talking to each other.
Do we? Do we think he's expendable? You guys don't have to talk about that.
Yeah. But that a lot of that is pretty much how it plays out in the book. And they discover this Petrova line, and then they're able to track the Petrova line to other star systems, and they discover other star systems have their suns have also
are beginning to dim,
decaying slowly.
Except
one in Tau Ceti.
Tau Ceti is not.
Yeah. So that's how the Project Hail Mary is like, well, we got to go there and figure out what's going on.
Uh-huh.
And they had multiple teams, like I said, to one of the teams and one of the science officers, the additional science officer, killed in the blast, leaving him being the only one that really knows what to do. So one of the big things they talk about more is the Beatles at the end. Those are a much bigger deal in the book.
I was confused as to why
John,
he
Paul, and Ringo,
named those after the Beatles.
So the drones were called the Beatles. These drones that would hold the information that the scientists discovered in Tau Ceti, they would send that back because there was no way to give them enough astrophage or fuel to come back at all. So it was a one-way shot. Yeah. The reason why they're important in the book is because they end up having to take some of the astrophage in the drones to power the ship itself. There's a lot of management of the fuel source being the astrophage. I was
also wondering, they're moving the ship around a lot.
Yes.
And so, like, where are we getting all this? If we used it all up getting here, where are we getting this fuel from?
Yeah. Like the resource management in the book is a much bigger deal. And this one just like, oh, we're out now. You know, it's like,
yeah.
And another thing is the centrifugal engine. Centrifugal. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think they're both. I think centrifugal is also usable there.
Okay.
Well, that engine
they're going to eat you up in the comments.
The engine that spins the ship that allows for artificial gravity to be a thing. It's a little bit different in the book. In the book, it's more like a column that spins, you know, so like everything that you would walk around is on the walls.
Okay.
In the movie, it's like a whole piece breaks off, and that's what allows it to spin. So like there's two platforms.
It's like a counterbalance.
Yeah, it's like two platforms that could be the floor happen. You know, it's kind of weird. But that is another, I think it's an astrophage thing. But anyways, Ava Strat is thinking about everything on this journey to Tau Ceti. So everything needs to be accounted for. In the book, everything that was ever put digitally is given access to them on the ship. So like when at the end of the movie, Ryan Gosling gives the Earth computer with all of human knowledge on it to Rocky, that is literal because that ship had everything. Because the thinking was, well, if we get to Tau Ceti and who knows, we need a whole reference on elephants and maybe that can help us. If you don't have that, then the ship going there was for nothing. So let's give you every possible thing that you could ever want to reference. And maybe something would help you, you know? And there was no time limit. Like they had 30 years. That is really the only time limit. They were expected to be there for years studying this thing, you know, and the movie kind of makes it seem like it only happens in a couple months, you know?
Yeah. How long were him and Rocky studying, trying to figure out the stuff?
Well, in the book, I'm pretty sure Rocky was there for like 20 years alone.
Oh,
he's there for a long, and the thing is, they don't really go into it. Rocky's a long-lived species.
Well, they do. I mean, he's been with his mate 120 something years.
Yeah, but like they're really long-lived.
Well, the rocks.
Yeah, and so I think maybe 20 years is high, but he's been out there for years on his own, and just kind of floating around. And again, Rocky is a mechanic. He's not a scientist, so he couldn't study this thing if he wanted to. Like he does not know.
Yeah, he seems kind of like support personnel.
Yeah,
for his people. He seems kind of like I don't want to say the janitor. He seemed like the maintenance guy.
Yeah, that's literally what he is.
That's what he is.
I was supposed to keep the ship going.
He's kind of the guy that's in the bowels of the ship going, how long is it going to take? 5 days. About 8 days. Yeah, that guy.
They give them the wealth of human knowledge. What else did they give them? Every single like technical instrument they would ever need, like the microscopes and everything had to be figured out how to be made to usable in zero gravity.
Right.
So like everything you would ever have on the ship, and there is a lot of extra stuff they don't really need because they wanted to be sure everything works in zero gravity, like, which is a really cool thing that I thought like they don't really touch on at all. So they give them this stuff, and Ryland Grace is forced on, and the
And again, I wish they would have done it a little more serious.
Yes. In the book, that revelation is a gut punch. Because the entire time Ryland Grace is like, I don't know why I'm here. Okay, I'm supposed to be researching something. Oh, like the sun is dying. Like he kind of relearns a lot of the stuff as he's coming to, you know. And again, it's taking weeks and weeks and weeks. And he's like, okay, well, I'm gonna save Earth. Like I'm gonna like in the books, there's a lot more. Like he really references his middle school class a lot. Like he really loves those kids, you know. And so he's like, I gotta save Earth. I gotta save Earth. And then when he remembers that he was and he thinks like, why would I agree to come on a suicide mission? Like he has to come to terms with a past self that agreed to that, even though he's presently not understanding why he would do it.
Right.
And then when he remembers that he was literally drugged and forced and strapped onto the ship, there is a gut punch and there's a much more dramatic, like, I hate these people that I'm trying to help, you know?
I guess a little bit.
There's a deception there. He's like, why would you do that to me?
And it goes back to my earlier question of how does he know how to run everything if he was just kind of drugged and dragged onto the ship?
Well, I mean, he's a scientist. Like he figures a lot.
Well, I understand. I understand that, but like he knows what buttons to press for different things and stuff.
Yeah, they walked him through a lot of that.
When?
Like during the training, like before the explosion happens, he's present for a lot of the trainings of the astronauts. Like he was the one that trained the science officers of what to do.
Oh, he was the trainer of the science officers.
Yes.
That was not covered.
Okay, and that's the reason why. All right, you have to go. Like
that was not touched on at all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That was my big thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was the guy that was training the science teams with what to do.
Okay.
And
part of the science team.
Yeah. So, anyways, he comes to, he wakes up, and he starts figuring out the sciencey parts of, okay, well, I guess we got to figure out this astrophage thing, and that's when Rocky kind of comes in. Rocky comes in like maybe 146 pages into the book. It's not very early at all. In the movie, it's pretty quick. Yeah, and then the interactions with him and Rocky and them learning to communicate takes weeks and weeks and weeks.
Sure.
Like there's a scene in the movie where, all right, give me the sound for Grace, you know,
he kind of just,
and then it cuts to, all right, what are we doing? You know, and then he was like, oh, I got you, buddy. That literally took weeks in the book.
I was thinking of Arrival, how long it, like in the movie Arrival, how long it took them to just get the simplest of phrases.
Yeah.
And this guy's doing it with less, with sounds. He doesn't even have anything that's drawn. Like he's barely communicating with this thing, and all of a sudden he's got full sentences.
Yeah.
Whatever. Suspension of disbelief. It's fine.
It took a very long time.
It's fine.
Like it literally would take him waking up. All right, we're going to study with Rocky today. And then after like 12 hours going, and the thing that Rocky tells him after they've learned to communicate, watch you sleep, watch you sleep. That's a big deal to them because it's like an evolutionary like safety thing.
Like they had predators that they needed to watch out for.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
You're defenseless when you're sleeping. Like you can't just wake up. Like, and for them, I want to say sleep was like,
they do it longer.
It's like 86 hours.
They do it longer, but they do it less.
Yeah.
Like they don't do it as often, but they do it when they do sleep. It's like, very long time.
Yeah. So,
and okay, I was wondering, like, how is there, like, yeah, when I'm sleeping, I'm also defenseless, but like they can't wake up and then go back to sleep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like humans, like if something was breaking into your room, you just start,
you're up.
They would,
and then
they literally would not be able to do it.
They would not only not be able to do that, they wouldn't be able to go to sleep.
Yeah.
For a very long time after that. They can't go back to sleep. Got it.
Yeah. And another thing is, he lives in like really hot ammonia. That's his environment.
He like breathes ammonia, or does he breathe at all?
The scene with him like breaking out to help Riley, that happens in the book.
Right.
And like he's out for a while.
But I was wondering like if he has even a respiratory system, or he just absorbs the environment through his skin.
I think he does.
Okay.
Like there are organs underneath.
Like he does have a mouth, doesn't he?
It's like
it's his butt.
Yeah.
He's got a butt mouth. The Cedar's like, how do you eat? He's like, I eat very well. Oh God.
Yeah. So I mean, a lot of that stuff is pretty much exactly the same.
Him making like coming onto the ship and going like dirty, dirty, dirty. You know when he first comes onto the ship on the ball,
Yeah.
and he's like,
Yeah,
"This is dirty. Is this what you is?" Are they just hyper? Like because like he seems more hyper than I don't know.
Well, I mean, like in the book, it's just played off as like both of them are kind of excited and like surprised,
Nervous.
at aliens. Like, whoa, like this is how you live. Like,
Okay. Yeah, and their species has never encountered.
no, yeah, that is another thing. When Ryland finds out that he was by himself, and he's like, "Well, how many were you?" You know, because at first I think Ryland thinks that he is the only one because it's so advanced. Their ship is so advanced that the Xenite is something that like blows the Xenonite. Yeah, the Xenonite is something that blows Ryland's mind. He's like, this would change everything on Earth. You know. Another thing.
Little do they know, plastic is better than whatever that hell.
Another thing was astrophage itself. Like they say in the book, like had astrophage not been eating the sun, it as a power source would change. It was a changer on Earth because it was so little.
Yeah,
you know?
And then they made an engine out of it.
Yeah,
they make their propulsion is this thing that's killing them.
Yeah,
that killing us. And like, what are they? The way I understood their engines is essentially like a carrot and a stick kind of thing, where they put the thing that the astrophage wants to eat in front of a thing that it would spin if it tries to go over there. Is that essentially?
Yeah, pretty much.
Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay. But that's how I understand the engine that they made.
Yeah, but you would actually like burn some off. So like,
right, yeah, and in doing that, like they burns off. They die because they're not getting food.
Yeah. Okay, they would deplete.
Yeah,
that's another thing. Like Rocky's ship had a ton of astrophage. Like it was a ton. Like,
and his crew died from radiation.
Yeah. So I'm trying to remember. In the book, it's described that Rocky's people, like, they just recently discovered space travel. Like they're not experts at it by any means. You know, like
because he says he's very smart in some things like structural engineering and things like that. But when it comes to radiation and relativity, they literally
knew nothing.
Know nothing about it.
Yeah, and that's why the astrophage would eat off the radiation, and so it kind of shielded him where he was around the astrophage like tanks in their ship, and so everybody else on the ship was just getting fried,
bombarded by radiation,
and so they died. Like it's a really sad point in the book where Ryland has to explain to him what happened because like Rocky is like really like traumatized with they just died. Like he has no reasoning for it.
Yeah, does he think they're literally just sleeping?
No, he at first he thought they were sleeping.
Okay.
And then he's like they would not wake up, you know, and then that's when he realized, oh, they're dead, you know.
I see.
But yeah, like that's a real big another gut punch emotionally in the book is like Ryland having to be like, buddy, like this is what it was, you know. And it's weird. It's weird for him because like they seem so advanced, but they didn't know about this thing that's seemingly simple for a spacefaring, you know, NASA.
Like
astronaut.
Their ship is awesome because they're good at the structural engineering part of it, but like the actual internals of it, we actually are more advanced than them.
Yeah,
which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's a really interesting concept.
But yeah, it's the interactions with them, like kind of learning from each other. Those are my favorite bits. Like,
the cultural exchanges,
like the fact that he literally has like a Xenonite printer and like makes figurines to try to like puppet. This is what we're gonna try and do.
Crystal based technology. I love that.
Yeah, it's
see, because he uses echolocation to see.
Yeah.
So when he has to look at a flat surface, which is what we do all day,
he doesn't see anything.
He doesn't see anything. So he makes a little crystal that you can just point at it and be like, oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like the way that he speaks is it's in like musical chords, and then like Ryland uses a like music program to try to figure out. That's how they get the vocabulary and the
that really wasn't touched on at all.
Yeah, the real time communication.
Anyway, they find what the issue is. They figure out what's going on.
They find out that there is a planet that the Petrova line leads to, and it ends. It doesn't go anywhere else. So they go to this other planet, and they discover. Well, Rocky is the one that comes up with the idea. He's like, oh, like if it's dying in the atmosphere, then something in the atmosphere is controlling the astrophage population. They have a predator. you know? Right. So they have to come up with this plan. They don't want to, they can't lower the ship. The ship was not designed to like go to other planets. It was just to be around the star. Mm-hmm. So they make this very long, it's like 30 kilometers. It's a very long
and he just
chain.
rips it up real quick.
Yeah. He's like, oh, make chain, no big deal.
Make chain.
Yeah. So they make this chain to basically
go fishing.
Yeah. Grab a bunch of the atmosphere, hopefully grab this predator, this
Rocky
amoeba.
fishing.
Yeah. And very intense scene. It looks like Ryland's about to fall off, but he doesn't. And they get the sample, but at the same time, Ryland fucks himself up and Rocky gets hurt.
I like that scene a lot because you think it's kind of subversion of what usually would happen in that scene. It's like, oh, wow, that was close. And then it wasn't close. They failed and they start dropping back and the music score swells back down from where it was.
The only way they save themselves is if they put back the centrifugal engines. Mm-hmm. And Rocky breaks himself out of his
atmosphere.
Yeah, habitation enclosure almost. Yep. And he immediately bursts into flames, like from the oxygen, basically.
It's like getting endless chemical burns.
Yeah.
It's like if we were to go into a space filled with ammonia, we would just be like, shh.
Yeah. So he drags Ryland to like the medical bay and the AI robot thing, like patches
Armand.
Yeah, Armand patches him up. We don't see it, but Rocky's able to like drag himself back into his enclosure.
Rocky's a real one,
but he's in rough shape. Yeah, and that's the moment I'm talking about. Was like, ooh, I wonder how they're gonna go from here. You know, Rocky ends up being fine after a couple of days. During that time, Ryland is investigating this amoeba, and again, this is another one of those science parts. It's a bigger deal in the book and explains a little bit more about why
the tau amoeba.
Yeah, so when they're doing all of their research on the tau amoeba, they're using xenonite. So they're like, oh, like we've bred the tau amoeba to survive in Earth's atmosphere or in the sun's atmosphere and the Eridani's sun's atmosphere. Mm-hmm. Like that's the big thing. But while they were breeding it to survive in those atmospheres, they were also breeding it to survive and escape in xenonite. But they weren't thinking about that. So all the things they were testing in was xenonite. Mm-hmm. So that's why it knows how to get out of xenonite, you know? Mm-hmm. So anyways,
not the sun's atmosphere, the planet's atmosphere.
I think it's the sun's.
Well, that would make any sense because then.
Oh yeah, maybe Venus's atmosphere.
It has to be Venus's atmosphere.
Yeah, Venus.
Because they're getting it from the planet.
You're right. Okay. So Venus's atmosphere to stop that Petrova line.
Yeah. Or at least lessen it.
Yeah.
Lessen its power.
And so anyways, they're like, all right, we did it. The tau amoeba is able to survive in these atmospheres that we need it to. And like I said, Rocky has a ton of astrophage. He has so much astrophage that he gives Ryland enough to go back to Earth, and he still has some.
He can still get easily back to my own place.
Yeah. And so anyways, they're like, all right, we're going to do it. Ryland is very thankful because, again, he wasn't thinking that he was going to make it back to Earth. And like Rocky helped him out, and Rocky's going to be able to save his planet. And so they split up. And on the way back to Earth, Ryland has all the computers are like, alarm, alarm, alarm. The astrophage that you thought you had is disappearing. And there's a leak in the tank. And come to find out, the tau amoeba escaped from the xenonite canisters that they had them in, and they got into the fuel tanks and they were eating the astrophage. Mm-hmm. So Ryland figures this out right away. Ryland is a scientist. Rocky is not.
Right.
And realizes, oh, we bred it to get out of xenonite. Wrapping it in simple plastic is enough, and it stops the process. But he has enough fuel to finish the mission, go back to Earth, or go and help save Rocky, who Rocky has no idea what could be happening right now. The Beatles come back into play. They send the drones back to, or he sends the drones back to Earth with all the information, all the recordings, all the one-on-ones with him and Rocky, you know, in the science process.
Who are you talking to?
Yeah.
That's really good here.
Hello, Earthlings. Yeah, they don't respond. So yeah, he chooses to go after and help Rocky, and Rocky is broken down in the middle of, you know, the atmosphere, and he shows up, and Rocky's like,
the astrophysics he does to figure it out.
Yeah.
There's another thing. I'm just like, you just casually know astrophysics real quick. Like, you know, the whatever. It's fine.
Well, no, in the book, they literally explain like how he knows like where he's at, you know.
I know he knows where he's at.
Yeah.
But like, you got to. Those are crazy calculations you got to do to figure out.
And then the buck, he doesn't. It's a lot. And another reason why I understand why they watered it down. So he helps Rocky, and this is the part where I think you were alluding to earlier, where you could have cut credits right there, and that could have been the ending.
Yeah.
But they go with the book ending, which is much more hopeful, and it's Ryan Gosling is in a house. It looks like. Did you think he was on Earth to start?
I was trying to figure out at first. I'm just like, is he on Arid? Is it like the
planet?
Their planet, the Rocky's planet. Is he on there in like a bubble? Is he on Earth? And this is many years later, and they came to visit him because Rocky answers the door and he's in a suit,
a little containment
so
bubble.
they're obviously in a place that.
Oh, wait, no, yeah, it isn't a bubble. It is like a full suit.
Yeah,
you can walk in. Okay.
And so I was figuring like, oh, he must be back on Earth, and Rocky's just like ambassador
visiting.
Yeah.
It's Mass Effect now. Yeah,
that's awesome. I would love that so much.
But yeah, so I do like how they do this because you don't know how smart the Eridanis are, because the only one we know is this mechanic. But they're able to build him in an entire biodome.
Again, they're builders
of Earth. Yeah, like they have like. They show like a pendulum in the water that makes the waves, you know?
Yeah. They are the best engineers. They're dumbest. I think Rocky, honestly, for being honest, I bet you Rocky's like the dumbest. You know that episode of Futurama where they go to Leonardo da Vinci's planet? And he's like, I'm the dumbest one here. When I came to your planet, I was the smartest.
Yeah.
That's I think that's the Rocky. That's like, what's going on here.
This is Ryland. Oh, we know, Rocky. We know.
Yeah. Okay, Rocky.
Yeah. Jesus.
Good job, Rocky.
They treat him like
they treat him like a complete.
Like he's got a club foot and a hunchback.
It's like a janitor.
They all look like diamonds and like.
Yeah. They're all like the diamond princesses from Steven Universe, and he's just like.
But yeah, so Rocky explains to Grace that like, hey, like the actual scientists have fixed your ship, you know, like you can go home soon. And Ryland Grace is like, I kind of like it here, you know, like he's got his own habitat. It looks exactly like Earth, you know, whenever he wants to be. And you find out that he is a school teacher.
He's a school teacher
for the little Eridani kids,
and they're so excited to learn about relativity.
Well, he's gonna teach them about like you know, UV rays and radiation, that kind of stuff. It's a good ending.
Yeah, and freaking the Ice Queen there, who I have a crush on. I don't know about
Eva Strat. Yeah. She's on Earth.
They actually developed her character way more than I thought they were gonna.
Yeah, she's not in it. She's in it for like maybe 15 minutes, if that. Honestly,
they had a whole scene where she sang to everyone.
Yeah, that's another thing the book does. It does kind of give you. Is there a romantic relationship?
I thought there was going to be something.
Yeah, they make you think that in the book too, but with him being on Eridani, they kind of like.
And I kind of think maybe she was manipulating him a little bit.
Yeah, possible.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe she was at first, and then she kind of accidentally caught some feelings.
Yeah, that's another thing. He does mention, he's like, oh, everyone at this party is like drinking and like fornicating, you know. Mm-hmm. And they were one of the teams that was set to go on the suicide mission. They were. I think they were a couple. They were both married and they became a couple. And everyone was just kind of like okay with it because it was like they're willing to die.
They're gonna die.
But yeah, like I told you after the movie, they each were allowed to have their method of suicide because chances are like I don't know what the thinking was like. If you fail, it was more like once you finish doing what you need to do. And you're out of food, you're probably going to want to go on your own terms. So like the Russian scientist, she chose heroin. And then the Chinese scientist, the captain, he chose...
was he the pilot? Was he the pilot?
He was a pilot.
And then she was the engineer?
Engineer, I want to say.
Okay.
And so the Chinese guy, I think he chose a gun, like to kill himself. Because like early on in the movie, he's going through their things to try to figure out who they are. And the book's the same way. And he finds the heroin. He's like, "What?
What was his method?"
I don't think they gave him one because they just threw him on the ship.
Okay, that's cool. You're gonna starve.
But yeah, like I don't think they go into.
He says he can, if he rations, he can live another like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, but yeah, that's pretty much like the big stuff that I noticed. and it is hard to put a lot of the,
you got to cut some stuff out.
Definitely.
You have to.
Definitely.
It's going to be 4.5, 5 hours if you don't.
Yeah. Which I almost was like, this would have been a really good Prime series, like a 1-season series, which they don't do. They want everything to have 7 seasons. But I think it would have been. I think it would have been a good season of TV. But yeah, the movie is good. The movie does a good job adapting stuff. I like, if you are an avid book reader, you shouldn't be mad at what you saw on the screen. It's really well done.
This might have been the best movie I've seen in theater thus far. I'm sure. I mean, it's the beginning of the year here.
Like this year after the Oscars. Yeah.
And I'm glad I finally picked something that wasn't trash.
Oh, I'm rooting for this one too. Like, I think you got a solid one. How do you saw The Martian, right?
Yeah.
How do you compare this with The Martian?
This is it's obviously a lot more fantastical. It's where the dreamer was dreamer, excuse me. Where the Martian was hope, this is dreams. How about that?
And these are the days of our lives.
Passions.
No, I'm with you personally. I do prefer this over The Martian. The Martian.
I don't see why we need to compare the two.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, the only reason you do compare them is because it's the same writers.
And it's a very optimistic view of the future of human space travel.
Yeah.
That will have a future of space travel.
Yeah, both of them rely very much on that idea of, the world's governments are going to work together.
We're going to work together, and we're going to go and actually explore for scientific purposes only.
Yeah.
Not a bunch of private corporations are going to sponsor expeditionary scouting missions to claim territory that doesn't have to be taxed.
Yeah.
And they can have their own corporate armies off world they don't have to be adherent to any world government whatsoever, which is exactly what's going to happen.
You're making me want to watch Alien all of a sudden.
It's going to be Alien / Avatar. It's going to be Avatar.
Maybe Wayland Yutani is treated too harshly. Yeah, I do appreciate the optimistic that, like,
I do too. I love optimistic sci-fi so much. I love Star Trek.
Yeah, Andy Weir is so
I love
good
this. The most unrealistic part of any Andy Weir project is the fact that we would go to space for science.
Yeah. You mean there's not oil on Tau Ceti?
What are we doing? Yeah, that it wouldn't be a don't look up situation in this situation.
Yeah. Because, like, if, like, in real world, like, sir, there's this algae that's eating the sun. That's terrible. It's way better than gasoline. Oh, hold on.
To shreds, you say?
Yeah, like the government, like, there would be no cohesion. The American government would be like, all right, we're going to move all the elites onto a Project Hail Mary style ship, and we're just going to move to that Tau Ceti planet.
Immediate arc project. Yeah, run away.
Yeah.
There wouldn't be a fighting. There wouldn't be a hope. It would be an immediate arc project for anyone with a cap of over.
Grab some of that astrophage stuff. We'll need to make more of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's that one movie? 2012, where
the one with the limo outrunning the apocalypse. Yeah, that one.
Yeah. So it's pretty much the same idea. The elites, the Russian billionaire buys himself in and his kids. I think he buys passes for, like, his wife's dogs at the time too. It's like, oh, it's gross,
sickening.
But yeah, so let's twist it up.
Let's twist it up. God, I can't do that with my voice. I'm sorry.
You're sick, Seth.
I know I am.
Twister scale: masterpiece, amazing, great, good, okay. Twister. All right, I guess. Bad, awful. Wish I didn't see it. Seth, what are you giving?
This is going to be an 8 for me, dog.
An 8 on the Twister scale for you?
Yeah, this is an 8 for sure. Just a couple of moments that were just a little bit like, well, just a hair too sappy. And playing things for laughs for no reason.
Yeah.
At times.
I'm with you on the 8. I agree with you.
For no reason.
But,
all right.
Radio. I'm with you on the 8. I agree. I think David, after something, he's like, it felt really Disney-like. He's right.
There were times.
It is kind of sappy. But
get ready for the Rocky merch.
I do agree. Like I that's one of my hopes. Like I was really hoping they leaned more into the emotional dramatic part of it. But it's Ryan Gosling, and so Ryan Gosling knows how to play comedy very well. I understand why that didn't do full.
He do drama too. I mean, it's not like.
Well, I mean, like he was just on SNL. Like he is probably the best leading man that can do comedy very well.
Yeah,
Robert Pattinson.
But again, he can do comedy too. I mean, he can do drama too.
Yeah,
I'm saying like he can.
I'm with you. I just wish he went full in on the let's make this serious instead of all right, you're gonna climb on the bookshelf and you're gonna like
you're gonna do a little shimmy shake and then you're gonna run real funny.
It's like no,
because you're choosing yourself over humanity, and that's the joke.
Yeah, because this lady wants to force you to save everyone else, and you don't get a say.
Whatever. It's just we're nitpicking. It was a great movie.
It's very good. It's very good. I think it's going to do really well. Martian made 650 million in its theatrical run. But that was released in October, and this is the first time you're seeing big spectacle movies like this coming out early in the year. So I really hope we're still talking about this.
This will do well in China.
I really hope we're still talking about this in 12 months. I do.
Yeah, this will do well in China and other places if it's being released. Are we doing that anymore as Americans? We're letting our other countries see movies now?
Well, I think it was always a problem of other countries not wanting to show our movies there.
Well, especially now.
And then Zootopia 2 fixed all that. Praise him. Praise him.
Oh, God, we suck.
Yeah.
On that note.
We'll catch you guys later.
We hate this country as much as you do.
Bye. Fight fascism.
Woo.
See you guys.
No kings.
Oh, yeah, go to your protest, guys. 28th, I think.